This is David Allen Greer for the Errant hashtag. Today I have a story that surprised me a little bit and also taught me something about how people use our professional educational services.
It began when I had to hack into a cab reservation system. I was waiting on a downtown corner for a cab I had reserved and had been unable to spot the cabbie. Part of the problem was that I was standing on a corner where there was a large construction project, and just at the key moment, a large flatbed truck drove up and blocked the street. Unable to reach the cabbie, he did not have my phone number and I did not have his, I texted back to the cab reservation system, saying that I was there and waiting and hoped that something would happen. In a moment, the cab called me. He said, "Thanks for doing that. That gave me your phone number. Where are you standing?" I waved, he flashed his lights, and in a moment later, we were on our way to the airport.
As we sped away, we talked for a moment about the frustrations of the incident, how difficult it was to get in touch with each other, and how the system didn't allow us to have each other's phone numbers. I made some comment at that point about how it was interesting that by forcing a text back into the system, we were able to come up with each other's phone numbers. He laughed and then said, "Are you in software or something? Because you seem to know what you're talking about." I acknowledged that yes, indeed, I was. We talked for a sentence or two longer, and then he said, "Are you with the IEEE?" This surprised me a bit, and I acknowledged that yes, indeed, I was.
He then got very excited and explained how he was trying to pass some certificate exams. He was very close to completing a network administrator exam and was part of the way through finishing the CSDA, the Computer Software Developer Assistant that we offer. That's part of the SWEBOC program of certifications. As he talked, I got for the first time a bit of an understanding of what it is like to try to educate yourself, to try to get a certificate on your own without the formal structure of higher education. He described how he had his entire extended family in his house and didn't really have a place to study. Furthermore, over the last 2 or 3 years, he was serving as the head of his family, had supported a sister who was getting married, paid tuition for a brother who was studying in college, and raising his own 2 little ones, who, to judge by the pictures on the dashboard, were very cute. His experience intrigued me because, in part, I've spent a great deal of time this year trying to market the SWEBOC programs, and also because it's becoming clear that increasingly our IT workforce, the people who develop, install, configure, and defend these systems, are coming out of educational experiences that are not part of the traditional higher education. A recent report from the CIO on security personnel illustrated this point. It divided up the different kinds of workers into different kinds of educational categories and determined that less than a third of them had college education that prepared them for their career. College education in computer science, computer engineering, IT, information security. The next group were a group that had certificates, that their technical education came from certifications, although they had college degrees in some field or another. Many had business degrees or something like business degrees, but many of these also came from the liberal arts and had general educations. Finally, the group that was growing most rapidly was, in fact, the group that had no college education or only partial college education, and had received most of their training, as my driver had, from a certification program that they studied at home. From other trips, I've realized that there are organizations, training institutes, that help guide you through certificate programs, and that they're to be found in every large city in every part of the world. But these require time and money, things that many people, including my cab driver, didn't have.
When we got to the airport, I paid the fare, thanked the driver, and gave him my card, indicating he could contact me if there's anything I might be able to do. I then walked through the terminal, thinking about what we might do to make SWEBOC and our certification programs more accessible, more easy for people to learn the information that they need, especially when they live in a world where software seems to be designed to keep them from doing their daily jobs and doing what they need to do. This is David Allen Greer. Take care.